Cement is a big parastatal. Portland Cement is listed on the stock exchange and it's a state parastatal. What these things need is just proper management. They are profitable concerns. But now the elite in this country are ganging up with some tycoons around to masquerade as though those tycoons are buying these things. And if you interrogate better, you will find that they're just fronts. And
thank Mbadi for bringing out some of the issues. Like he talked about selling some assets. Kenya Pipeline Corporation. The pipeline is underground from Mombasa to here. Even if you sell it, where is somebody taking it to? It remains very much an asset of Kenya. It is just there on the ground. So somebody want to buy it, buy it. That
agenda was about Kenya Pipeline. And Honorable Speaker, my take would be this. For any company that goes through a listing, through an IPO, we must always reserve around 5 to 10% of the proceeds to invest back in other entities, and especially in alternative ways of offering the same service.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to the clips we have begun with, those are snippets of one Honorable ODuor speaking on matters privatization of public companies. And also speaking on the same matter is none other than Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah. But do you know, as we sit down, ODuor has been sending signals to us on what the government is doing, and we have not been cracking through it. But now it is becoming clear, as the government of Kenya is moving to sell some of the most profitable companies to the Republic of Kenya. And one of the company in question is the East African Port Cement, which is a company that is claimed currently to have been privatized secretly. Now, according to the intel we are receiving, the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, Madam Dorcas, is receiving pressure from the Statehouse to make sure that the deal for the sale of the East African Portland Cement Company goes through. Recently, a motion was brought in the floor of the House about a week ago on matters the sale of the East African Portland Cement, which is a company that is held by the government of the Republic of Kenya. So which means this company belongs to the people of the Republic of Kenya. The Parliamentary Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives opened an investigation into the planned sale of East African Portland Cement EAPC shares to Kalahari Cement Limited. Amid claims the transaction is advancing without the knowledge or involvement of the company's management and employees. During a session on Tuesday last week, MPs wrote that the proposed transfer of nearly 30% of East African Portland Cement Company authorized shares was being conducted in secrecy, raising concerns of a potential impact on taxpayers, workers, and surrounding communities. The inquiry, led by Committee Chairperson and Ikolomani MP Bernard Shinali alongside Vice Chairperson Mariani Kitani of the Aldai constituency, involved a meeting with EAPC Managing Director Mohammed Adan, who confirmed what neither management nor staff had been consulted. The deal centers on 29.2% of shares held by Cementio Holdings AG and Associated International Cement Limited, subsidiaries of Allsim Groups, which is affiliated with Bamburi Cement. If approved, the acquisition would give Kalahari Cement a combined 41.7% stake through its ties to Bamburi. Now, on matters due diligence, this is not just any private company. Kenyans, through their pensions and taxes, own a majority of this firm. Due diligence must be done and employees and local communities must be involved, Kitani said. Adan cautioned that uncertainty around the transaction had created widespread anxiety among staff. Employees are understandably jittery because livelihoods are at stake. Human capital is key to our success and any change of ownership will affect them. That is what the managing director told the MPs. Now, lawmakers pressed EAPC to explain why it had not considered buying back the shares itself. Funyula MP Wilberforce Oudo questioned why the company would wait for Kalahari to acquire the stake only to explore repurchasing it later. Adan responded that a buyback was feasible, citing a stronger cash flow under a turnaround strategy, but acknowledged no formal proposal had been tabled. Where there is no public participation, Parliament must exercise its oversight duty. This deal touches on taxpayers, employees, and local communities in quarrying areas, and we cannot allow it to proceed in secrecy. Now, on matters the government issues, the committee also flagged governance issues, with Kitani questioning why the appointment of the board chaired to depend on government nomination rather than companies' own governing rules. Adan considered that EAPC's Article of Association last updated in 1933 were outdated and inconsistent with current laws, pledging to bring them in line with the Companies Act and the State Corporations Act. MPs further demanded details on Kalahari Cement's long-term plans given its links to Bamburi Cement, a direct competitor. Adan said management had not received any formal communication and described most of the available information as market speculation. Committee members expressed disbelief that such a significant transaction would progress without board involvement and vowed to pursue the matter further to protect the public interest. Now, there is something else that is now coming to our to light as of today. As the MPs question this, the EAPC stake deal with the Tanzanian tycoon, which is said to be reviewed, has currently brought a lot of uncertainty within the government of the Republic of Kenya and within the corridors of Statehouse. Now, I have said the matter of privatization of public companies is something that we must not assume. It's something that we as the people of the Republic of Kenya should look into, as this matter has been something that one Honorable Didi Nyoro, the Member of Parliament of Kiharu, has been advocating daily. He has been against the said privatization of public companies. Now, one Kimani Ichung'wah, in support of this deal that is currently going down, which will make sure that most of Kenyans does not benefit from a company that they have invested their life in, had this to say on matters, the privatization of public companies. And he said this: privatization is more than just an economic move. It is about ensuring good corporate governance, which drives sustainability, growth, and profitability of institutions. It is also an opportunity for Kenyans to invest, build wealth, and be part of the national success story. We have seen the success before. Safaricom and KCB grew strong after privatization, transforming lives and shaping industries. The Kenya Pipeline has the same potential to rise even higher. But allow me to remind you that the privatization of KCB and Safaricom happened under the regime of the former president and the late president Mwai Kibaki. Now, under this regime that has remained opaque in trying to give details on matters that involve public interests, more so matters that involve billions of money, how can we trust them in privatizing some of the most crucial companies that we have in the Republic of Kenya, including the Kenya Pipeline? Because also the Kenya Pipeline is under the threat of being privatized. According to a report that was leaked by one Cyprian Nyakundi, he claimed that new revelations suggested that the Attorney General's office is under pressure from the State House and figures leaked to President William Ruto to backdate approvals for the EAPC sale. This comes despite the AG telling Parliament the deal failed to meet compliance under the Company Act 2015 and the firm's Articles of Association. Now, who is this that is buying the said company? According to Cyprian Nyakundi, a tycoon is currently buying the said EAPC company, the East African Portland Cement Company. Now, this is the person that one Cyprian Nyakudi said. The parliament has been told that Munif's acquisition bid is underpinned by a massive 23 billion loan from a local bank. Reportedly taken without security, lawmakers add that the facility requires 600 million in repayment every month, a burden that officials said has placed extraordinary pressure on Bamburi Cement's cash flow and operations. Now, these are companies that we know are being contracted in some of the most crucial matters in the Republic of Kenya, more so the current building of the affordable housing. Now, this company is currently being acquired by a billionaire by the name of Munif. We are being told he is being supported by some key crucial government officials from the Statehouse who are currently questioning the Attorney General for a statement that has opposed the sale. The Statehouse cartel wants the company to be sold without going through the right channels. I mean, where are we heading as a country? We shall keep quiet, and let me tell you, we shall find that the Kenya Railways has been sold, the Kenya Pipeline has been sold, the Kenya Airport Authority has been sold, and at the end of the day, we will have no country. People, billionaires and tycoons linked to Statehouse and to the president himself will be running this country. I mean, they will be owning this country, about 50% of it. And that is why we come to the conclusion of what Didi Nyoro has always been saying. The privatization of public companies is something that must be questioned to the latter, because a company that belongs to the people of the Republic of Kenya shouldn't be sold out to a private company without the consultation of the people that hold much stake in the said company. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you on what you think about the current privatization and the sale of the East African Portland Cement Company, which houses some of the biggest cement companies in the Republic of Kenya. Mfuko ya simiti inaenda kupanda very soon. It will be catastrophic for the people of Kenya who are trying to build houses. Watazamaji, ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in our next video. Remember, this is the Kenyan Daily.